I've just arrived for the Laguna Phuket Cup and I'm about to start my warm-up. This is what I do. So it starts away from the course, as you've got to start warming your body up, get moving, which starts with the main stuff is like your hips, your thoracic, and then a bit of dynamic work. It starts away from the course, you then try and get here. As you get here, you've got to try and start with, well, I start with my mental stuff, so either like headspace, and then I do some juggling to turn on my like hand-eye coordination, start with a few like one-handed shots just to get a bit skill back in the game. Then I'd say you split it into, if you've got about an hour, you split it into about 30, 10, 20. So 30 minutes hitting balls, work your way up to driver, trying to just see the ball flight you're trying to hit that day. If it goes a bit wrong, try and go back to why you're hitting it a bit wrong, which is fun. It often goes a bit wrong. Then you just go, maybe hit 10 chips, trying to get out the grass, feeling right, what kind of shots you're trying to hit. Often around here it's a bit grainy, so you're trying to get the bounce working quite well. Just trying to get a feel for the flights you want to hit, the grass. Very grainy out here, so you're trying to use this side of the bounce. As you can see from that wedge, I use this side a bit too often, trying to get a bit more toe relief. Try and find some lies you're going to replicate, so just throw a couple down. You're just trying to see the flight and the landing zone you hit, really. So basically 2 shots you're going to really hit around here. The low one where you get ball first, and then the higher one where you try and slide the club underneath. Don't dig, because if you dig at all, just going to leave it in the ground because it gets very, very grainy. Try and get ball first and come out a bit lower. Still going to dig, but you're going to dig after the ball. Or you try and get it a bit more forward, get the club open, try and get the bounce working. It's going to pop up a little bit higher. You take less of it, pops up a bit higher, you get a bit more spin on it. So you're trying to work out which one works for you, basically. Then you hit some putts, trying to get the speed, trying to get the start line, try and do some reading, put like a calibration down, try and work out. I use aim points, so trying to work out where your finger goes on how fast the greens are today. Then just try and prepare for the first shot, see the first shot and hit it. Yeah, the greens are very grainy. You have to try and get used to it. Say the whole thing's breaking that way, but the grain's up the hill, it's going to break a little bit less, and you have to try and get used to it, try and work out what's going on, which just experience really. The more you get to know it, the more you learn from it. For the physical side in my room, you start just from the bottom up really, try and do some dynamic mobility stuff. Stretching's been kind of disproven to not really help a lot, so you use a lot of band, a lot of hip work, just mobility really rather than stretching, trying to get a bit of power in it, and then you end it with some dynamic stuff. So you try and move faster, move quickly, try and get your heart rate up a bit, try and be explosive because you only hit a ball once really hard, so try and move fast once, really, that's about it. So you try and switch on basically as you get to the course. You do a bit away from the course with just a bit of meditating, a bit of concentration stuff, but then as you get to the course, I got given a few drills to do as you warm up about concentration, about you pick a flag, you stare at it for a second, concentrate on it, move on to a different one, pick it, stare at it, move on to a different one. It's trying to get your concentration, your small target focus on board and focused, which is anything you can do, every little bit helps. By the time I get to the first tee, I'm pretty happy. You've warmed up, you feel good, as long as it's gone okay. If it's not gone okay, there's nothing you can do now. So now you just that's the time you get to have fun and perform, so that's the best bit. You're not really that nervous then. If you're nervous before you've even started warming up, once you've done that bit, it's all right, it's all pretty good. Cheers boys, that was fun. So hope it goes well. It's one of those days today, didn't do my best. Warm up was pretty good still, so you can't blame that. I shot 70, so it looks like I missed the cut, but what a nice place to be, so we're all right. Yeah, it's great to be here with the beautiful Thailand swing, the ADT and MENA Tour do such a good job putting on some great events in a wonderful country, so we're lucky to be here really. 2 events to go, trying to just make a cut would be nice, but obviously we're trying to win every event we play in. Just try and basically learn from each experience and learn what you're trying to do, learn a bit about different golf courses, have some fun as well.